Gang, how you guys doing? I brought the train for you. So let's chat about decompression strategies for dogs just coming in for training. This kind of especially is geared towards people doing board and train, trainers doing board and train, or people doing foster rescue work where they actually have the opportunity to bring a dog in and have the dog for a while. So a really common thing is to let the dog come in and let the dog hang for a couple days and just kind of like simmer and chill and do its thing. So that's kind of accepted knowledge. But what we see a lot of is people going, trainers, whoever are working with the dog in whatever situation it might be, looking to get the dog doing a lot of action kind of early on. Now, this isn't everybody, but I see a lot of it, and I think it's a concept or a topic and a strategy that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. So, we've had, shadow students and trainers here this week, so it really helps put us in the mindset where we get into these deeper conversations about the strategies and the approaches behind everything we're doing. And one of the things they really noticed was the calm, slow, quiet approach, especially initially. And it kind of got me thinking, and we started talking about it, and I was comparing it to kind of like a trance-like state of doing we do slow walks, we do everything's about slowing things down, right? Because most of these guys, most of these gals, these dogs have been in an amped up, edgy, nervous system on high alert, brains on high alert, right? Just pattern programmed to be in this kind of space. Their bodies and their brains are both kind of in the zone of right? They're buzzing, they're stressed, they're anxious, all this stuff. So the best thing you can do for them is, if you can think about it, is kind of get them to the spa, guys. Get them into the meditation retreat. Get them on vacation. Send them to Yosemite. Send them to the river, whatever, right? I'm using, imagery for humans, but it's the same thing you want to do for dogs. Yes, you have to set rules, and you have to set a foundation of firmness to let them know that this stuff is non-negotiable and that someone is taking charge. But you can do all of this stuff in a way, because that stuff removes stress and anxiety as well, and it has to be a part of it, but you can do all of it in a slow, calm, trancey, meditative kind of state or approach. And what you'll end up getting is you'll get dogs that will start to decompress, start to relax from whatever their past experiences, whatever their home life is like, or their shelter life, or whatever it's been. And basically you're guiding them to a calmer, more relaxed, chilled, stress and anxiety free as possible space within just a handful of days. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to work the dog, and doesn't mean you're not going to ask for more. It doesn't mean you're not going to play and have action down the road. But that initial, especially that first 3 to 5 days is so crucial, we find, for dogs that are really anxious and really worked up, even a longer period. But that first 3 to 5 days of really just slowing everything down to where the dog's brain just We're not trying to create zombies. We're not trying to create, people get confused and think that this kind of heavy leadership and slowing everything down is about creating zombies and dogs that are but that's not the goal at all. The goal is to help get them to a space where they're comfortable and relaxed and chilled out, trusting that we've got all this stuff in a leadership fashion, but also not even realizing, because they're dogs, they don't know what's cooking exactly, that we're leading them to a space here and physiologically where they feel more comfortable. And they won't do it on their own. They need help to get there. So by creating a strategy and, how do I put it, a focus, that's not even the right word, a priority, that's it. By putting creating a priority of quiet, relaxed, slowed down brain and body, because they work together, you can start to get dogs to magically start moving into a different space where danger levels decrease tremendously, anxiety levels decrease tremendously, barking, licking, all sorts of like chronic behaviors, things that they've tried to develop or have just developed in order to better cope with like stress and feeling uncomfortable. You'll see tension fade away. You'll see so much great stuff that will allow you a door to open and then start teaching more complex, more more the typical kind of training things where you're going to be looking for more action and things like that. Now, if a dog is just a wreck, then you want to delay that. You want to if the dog is just a high speed train wreck of anxiety, sorry if you got one of those, then you want to really focus on slowness, probably in bigger, broader contexts for longer periods of time. But this concept of slowing dogs down, helping them get into a meditative trance like decompression state from 3 to 5 days to a week is so crucial to helping dogs make some profound transitions to different spaces where they can be more healthy, more happy, more comfortable, and learn far better when you start to actually apply some of the things that you're going to be doing. So, and just to be clear, that doesn't preclude you from teaching while you're doing it. We're teaching place command. We're teaching obedience commands while we're doing the meditative stuff, the trance-like stuff. So they're learning all these commands and they're learning accountability, but it's all happening in a slow, cool, easy way. Right? We're not like doing snappy obedience, and we're not like rushing a dog around, and we're not creating all this kind of like intensity. We're going the opposite direction. So the learning is still transpiring. We're still teaching all of these commands and all of this stuff that the dog's going to later utilize in a different capacity, but we're doing it in a slow, calm, relaxed, chilled out fashion. I know it sounds like a broken record, but it's so important, and I think it's so counter because so many people have been programmed about exercise, 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 motion, motion, motion to get a tired dog in order to help them get over the hump. Yes, you can try and exercise the crap out of a dog and see if you can get him to a better space. Typically what we see is just creating an athlete, creating a dog that craves more of that, creating a dog that needs more of that, rather than conditioning a dog to finally learn how to shut down and relax. Just like a human being, a lot of us need help in learning how to shut off and relax because we just go, 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 and it becomes a pattern. We become conditioned. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Yeah, of course I'm stressed. This is how I'm always like, it's the same thing with dogs. They just can't articulate it and talk about it over coffee and all that stuff. So anyways, I want to put this out there. I want everybody to be thinking about this concept, thinking about this idea of slowing dogs down. And yes, even when we're doing e-collar heel, we're slowing dogs down. Typically, we're walking really mellow. And if the dog's a frantic case, we're walking even slower. And it helps teach the command even better, because then the dog's really got to work, right? So the brain's like, you want to talk about like tiring out a dog in the right way? Like work that brain. You'll tire out a dog in the right way. So anyways, be thinking about those concepts, guys. Super, 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 super helpful. And to be honest, much overlooked by most trainers and most people that are working dogs out there, because they've been programmed to look for action, speed, wearing the dog out, physical exertion, rather than slowing, calming, relaxing, chilling. And I'm telling you, if you think about you and you think about how you feel when you're on a constant, what is it, the habit trail or the rat race or the wheel, whatever that keeps going, you know how you feel. You know that you're stressed. You know that you're edgy. You know that you're wound up. You know that you're tense. You know you're liable to snap or not be in your best space. You know that. We all know it. It's the same with our dogs. So let's help them get out of that. And play for us can also be a release. Play for your dogs can also be a release. But a lot of dogs have been conditioned to just go amped up. And so play initially, we don't even do the play stuff. That comes later, right? So if anybody's like, well, what about play to take the edge off or get them more relaxed, or, yeah, I just posted a picture of a German Shepherd that was really fearful, playing with Liz just this morning, I posted this morning, but it was shot yesterday. That dog didn't do any of that stuff the first week. That dog just did tumbleweeds blowing, calm, relaxed, chilled out, follow us, listen to us, look to us for permission, right? All the heavy leadership stuff that works so well and helps relax a dog, because like all the decisions are on the human. Cool, I can just relax into this like a warm bath. Oh, cool, we're just gonna walk slow and do all this stuff. Oh, it's like a warm bath, soothing, relaxing, calming. I'm telling you guys, it works like a charm. And then it doesn't turn the dog into a zombie. You saw Abby running around and like being all happy and peppy and in a great space, but we use the calm to get her there. So I hope this makes sense. Any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to try and get to them all and explain. But guys, it's counterintuitive. A lot of BS is out there about how to get dogs better, and we've worked pretty darn hard to find the best answers for dogs that are problematic and coming in with a whole host, oh, I was gonna say a whole herd of issues. And we think we got a pretty good handle on a lot of ways to get there. And so give this a shot. At least run it up your mental flagpole and see if it makes any sense to you. And let me know what you think, all right? Talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye. Slow them down.